please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
All right, Bill, thanks very much for your time. It's great to have you here on CNBC TV18. This is your first visit to India since you became the chairman, so many congratulations for that. And you've been traveling here for quite some time, right?
Yeah, thanks, Ron, and thanks for having me. It's just great to be back in India, and as you said, I'm humbled to be in this role. And yes, I've been here many times over the years.
You know, since you have the bird's eye view now as a position of chairman of KPMG International, and since you've been coming to India for quite some time, you're coming at a time when there are these mixed views on the Indian economy. On one hand, you know, growth has been slipping, and many are fearing that perhaps, you know, this sort of, this languid growth is going to continue in the coming quarters as well. But there's another school of thought which believes that the disruptions, primarily in the form of demonetization and the goods and services taxes, perhaps behind us, and the road ahead looks propitious. So which sort of side, a school of thought, do you ascribe to?
Well, I'm certainly in the latter camp, and you know, that's not to underestimate the impact of rolling out significant reforms. And you know, it does take effort, it does take time. So you do feel you do feel some disruption, as you described. But I think, and certainly the clients that I talk to, they are very bullish on India and where it's at and where it's headed. So I'm certainly in the latter camp.
So you actually preempted my question, because you're meeting so many global CEOs and you meet them on a regular basis. How do they see India? Are there certain sectors that you feel perhaps are look more hot than the rest?
I think that certainly what they see is opportunity. You think about certainly as a scale. You think about education. You think about some of the reforms, ease of doing business, the reforms that are being undertaken. They've had a dramatic effect on people's interest in investing here. And you see FDI at an all-time high. That I think is really a byproduct of the positive business climate and the interest that people have had in these reforms. People want to do business here, and historically it's been challenging. The easier it gets, I think, the more interest that there'll be.
As you sit here, and you know, especially in your new role, I want to ask you this question because many feel that public trust in businesses in general around the world is going down. Have you weighed in on this? Do you have an opinion on this? Do you feel, I mean, is there any idea why is this happening, and how do businesses regain their trust back?
Yeah, I feel very passionate about this issue. I think, you know, we come from a business. Our business, the cornerstone of our business is trust and integrity. The audit business itself, the trust that the capital markets and society in general have in auditors is, I think, is first and foremost, and from a business perspective for us, that has to be at the top of every agenda that we set. There's no doubt that over the past several years there's been a decline, trust in business, and I think it's incumbent and important for business leaders of any business, certainly in our business. Business leaders to stand up and articulate a desire and a need for us to rebuild and re-strengthen trust from our constituents, and not just our clients. When I talk about our constituents, I mean our clients, our regulators, the marketplace, broader society.
Do you also fear that, you know, when one company is sort of found flouting the rules, the others also have to suffer? And I ask you that question, Bill, because in India, you know, there have been instances of accounting fraud where some of the big accounting companies have also been involved. In fact, one of your competitors is now in the news because of this. Does that also, in a sense, sully the very image of, you know, of big auditors, including KPMG?
There's no doubt that when issues take place, it doesn't matter, you know, who's you know, involved in them. It impacts all of us. So, as a profession, business as a whole, we all have an important responsibility to build and restore trust the way I described. And when we fall short, we have to deal with it, learn, and do better the next time.
Bill Thomas, absolute pleasure to speak with you, and I hope to see you more often in India.
I'm sure we will. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.